Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of journaling, but this time I'm going to be answering your questions because I put out a post on YouTube and over on my Instagram story and I got some questions about journaling and how I journal, so I'm going to be answering those whilst I'm journaling today. As you can see, I am just sharing with you my August Patreon rewards. They are like a summer solstice inspired theme, and I am going to be using some of these today in one of my spreads. So for the two spreads I am going to make, I'll quickly tell you before I start answering all your questions. The first one is going to be some moon journaling. I won't be doing my actual written journaling on screen because obviously it's a very private thing, but then the second journal spread is going to be more of a foresty summer spread with just some pictures from my recent walks. So all of my answers, of course, are basically what I do with journaling. Obviously everyone journals differently, so it's just to tell you how I do things. So the first question that I got is from Jade, and she asked me what inspires me to journal and what got me into journaling. Well, I already did pen paling, which is a hobby that is very similar in the way that you do things, I guess, so it was really easy for me to just naturally jump into journaling. A lot of people in the pen pal community and a lot of my pen pals were already journaling, so I often saw a lot of their spreads and it just really inspired me and really made me want to have a go. I'm also a massive sucker for like memory keeping. Like back in the day, I used to have like a written diary which I would write in every day. I had it for like over 5 years, and then I studied photography, so I naturally took thousands and thousands of film photos that I've just got in boxes in my house. So journaling felt like a really good way to kind of incorporate those two things that I love and do them in one hobby, because I don't really do photography anymore and I don't write in a diary every day anymore. So this is kind of like a little bit of a mix. It's a way that I can personally document my life and keep all of my memories, whether that's traveling or just everyday things. And I just felt like it was something that I would really enjoy. And basically, as soon as I started, I fell in love with it. So yeah, it's all just gone up from there. So I really love journaling and I honestly can't see me stopping like ever. Like I don't know why I would ever stop. So yeah, for me, it's just something that I absolutely love and I just find it very therapeutic as well. My next question is from Inda, so Rookie Journal, and she asked me, how do you store your finished inserts? Well, as you guys might know if you watch me, if you don't, then hello and welcome. You should definitely subscribe and come and join this cozy corner of the internet. But I have one commonplace journal which is similar to a traveller's notebook style, so it has lots of inserts that I can keep replacing and I'll just keep the same cover until it basically falls apart. So I get through a lot of inserts and of course I need to have somewhere to store them. At the moment I have 4 finished inserts, so it's not like a big amount that I need to put somewhere. So they're currently just on my shelf in my craft room and they're not really thick either, so because I try and use thin things in my journal to try and save space in the long run as well, because as I said, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, so I really hope that I'll have a massive collection of them and I can kind of display them on a bookshelf or something in my house in the future, and it kind of be just like a catalogue of my entire life and interests. So that's the plan. That's kind of why I'm thinking of doing it. So that's how I store it at the moment, just simply on my shelf in my craft room. There is something that I'd like to do, is maybe like put a little sticker on the spine when I've got loads of them, just maybe with dates on or just so that they're in chronological order. Our next question is from Simper Overload, and she said, what do you usually bring with you to not overpack? So what she means is when I go travel journaling, because I take my journal around with me a lot. Previously, when I have been travel journaling, I have taken like my full journal with the intention of journaling on the trip, but I found that quite difficult, and it wasn't something that I wanted to continue doing because I was also worried about actually taking my journal. I was scared of it getting lost or ruined. Like even all the photos from my Instax going through the security thing in the airport, that kind of scared me a little bit. So I haven't actually taken my journal since, but when I did take it abroad, and I obviously take my journal away with me a lot when I stay places in the UK. Like I will journal, like when I go to Scotland, I always take it, and when I went somewhere in summer, I took it and took all my stuff with me. So I have a bag, like a little journal bag, and it's not very big, but I basically just say everything has to go in that bag. So if it doesn't fit in there, then I can't take it with me. And that kind of stops me from overpacking. I'll also think about maybe the things I'll be doing or the themes that I want to have a go at, and then I'll try and get together some stationery beforehand. Because I have a sticker release book as well, that is so helpful for just filling that with things, because then you only need to take that book, because you can also put washi samples in there as well. So something like that is really good to take with you, because you can just have all of your stationery in that little book. And then if you're wanting to take any memos or things like that, then you can just add those in a little separate like zip file folder. That's what I tend to do. And I usually just take one fountain pen, and then I'll take maybe 3 brush pens. Again, I'll be thinking about the themes that I'll be making and the colours that I want to use. I don't usually take any stamps because they're just quite bulky. I might take my date stamp, and then if I'm travelling in the UK, I usually pack my Instax printer as well, because then I can print photos whilst I'm there. So yeah, I would just say give yourself a little storage bag that you are going to take everything in, including your journal. Your journal has to fit in there as well. And if you can't fit it in there, then you're not allowed to take it. So that's basically what I do to stop myself from packing loads of stuff. And another thing that helps is obviously sometimes I will do the main bulk of the journaling when I get back, and I just take some stuff in case I feel like doing any journaling whilst I'm there, but I do tend to do the travelling and then journal about everything when I get back. So my next question is, how do you make time to journal on busy days, and tips for maintaining consistency? Well, this for me is something that I've not really had any trouble with it at the moment, because I basically just say to myself, like, if I don't want to journal, then I don't have to journal. So if I'm not feeling it, I just won't do it. Because I feel like if you force yourself to do things often that you don't want to do, it will become more of a chore than a hobby or an enjoyment. So I only journal if I want to journal. Obviously, there'll be things that I might write a little list of things that I need to journal about in the future, like certain events or things, but I'm not feeling doing it right now. But I will have a list to make sure that I do it, and then next time I do get the urge to journal, that's kind of what I will tackle first. And how I make time to journal on busy days, well, I am very busy. I work full time, so I only really have time to journal at the weekends or in the evening. And sometimes I'm really tired and I just don't want to do it, but the only time that I do push myself to do it when I'm not feeling it is because I find journaling just very therapeutic, and it's really good for my mental health. I have really bad anxiety, and when I'm at home, I just can't really relax. Like, I don't know how to do it. So when I journal, it kind of just like puts me in a different mindset, and I kind of go into like a fairyland, I guess, and it just helps me to relax so much. It's almost like a sense of meditation for me. So when I'm not really feeling it, or I'm too busy or tired, that is kind of the only thing that I like tell myself, no, you have to do this because it's going to be really good for you, because you're going to really enjoy it and you'll actually relax when you're doing it. So that's kind of my advice. If it's going to help your mental health, like for me on certain days, then definitely push yourself to do it. But if, you're feeling all right, but you're just not really feeling like you want to journal, like that's okay. Just don't do it, because I often find that if I have a little break from it, then I suddenly get like a massive urge to just journal so much, and then I will have just so much stuff to journal about. And I often usually kind of do either really short journaling sessions or like massive long ones where I'll do like 5 spreads at once, because I'm just really in the mood for it and I've got lots of creative inspiration to kind of get me going. So yeah, that's what works for me, but obviously it depends what journaling is for you, and maybe it's a bit trickier if you've got like a daily journal kind of thing, then that might be harder to keep up with. I don't know. Maybe if you're finding it hard to journal or it's becoming a chore, then maybe you need to think about your journal system and how you use your journal, because you can change things up. It's there to help you. It's meant to make your life better. So if it's not, then maybe just rethink the rules that you've given yourself or the way that you're going to journal. So our last question for today, because I don't have time to answer all of them, I'm afraid, I'm sure I'll answer some more in the future, is what are my favourite places to get journaling supplies? So for me, because I do pen paling, it means that I get lots of things sent to me from my pen pals. We kind of like obviously swap stationery every time we send each other a letter, so that's a really good way for me to get new things that I don't already have, just to use in like one-off spreads. I also like to get things from Etsy, and I really like Sostrine Green. I do buy from Temu, but what I'll do is I'll just do like one big order, usually around my birthday and usually around Christmas. So I'm not totally against ordering. Obviously, I don't want to persuade anyone else to purchase from there, because there's definitely better places you can buy from. But I think if you don't have the money to afford, expensive sticker sheets, then it's okay. Just think about the best way that you can go about doing that. So do it in one big order rather than lots of little ones. Yeah, it's just whatever works for you. And I also buy a lot of stuff from UK like suppliers that supply international brands. It's really hard for me to buy things from abroad because I'm here in the UK, so that's really good for me. I will recommend Miso Paper, not sponsored or anything. I just purchase from them all the time from the UK. It's how I get all my really cute pet tapes. These are the finished spreads, pretty much. So I hope you enjoyed watching me create these. I had a lot of fun making the second spread actually. It was just really nice to just collage and make kind of like a summery forest theme. Obviously usually I go for very green or very autumnal, so it was nice to do like a summer one with this. And I really like my stickers for this month. It's a really fun theme to kind of design. I had a lot of fun creating the girl stickers because obviously they're like fairies, so you can tell that my reading fantasy has definitely inspired my Patreon for this month just a little bit. And then next we'll be going into autumn, which is super exciting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to all of my answers. Hopefully it will give you a bit of inspiration, or think about maybe the way that you can make journaling better for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed learning about my process a little bit. Thank you if you sent me one of the questions as well. And if you enjoyed, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thank you so much for watching.